Good to see your face here on the show. So let's get right into this. Why is it that first-time car buyers need to be careful about the type of cars that they buy? Why do they need some tips or some kind of extra caution?
Well, just as I said, first time, it means you're new to it, and in trying to experience something new, you need to be careful about it.
Okay.
Now, for the first choice of your kind of car, you have to ask, what is the need for this car you're trying to make a purchase?
All right.
Now, you have to still look at the finances, and you have to look at the durability. Now, for all of the sections, they are all important. Now, you don't have enough resources. You're buying a luxury car as your first time startup car. The major question is, how do you maintain this car? Haven't make the first purchase. So it's not just about the first purchase. It has to do with how best can you sustain the use of this car. Now, the type of car has to still be in question. Now, it could still be in the categories of luxury or the fuel economy car. And I tell you,
Okay.
in 1 to 10, 9 or 8 is actually looking forward to fuel economy with the state of things now.
All right.
And for some, they can actually be say what we call hybrid. Some want to go off the petrol issue. Some want to go for a CNG. Some want a EV, electric vehicle. Some wants to go for still maintaining this petrol car. Now, these are all types of car categories an individual would like to go for in making a choice. So, for all those first choice, now what are the feelings behind the wheel? Because you're buying this because you want to have a feel behind the wheel.
Okay.
You want to feel confident or build more confidence in what you're actually purchasing. So, checking this helps you guide your decision in buying a car as a first time user. And not to forget, some might actually be driving but does not actually have enough resources to buy a personal car for
Oh,
themselves.
so they are still first-time car buyers, not first-time car riders.
Okay, they are users, not first time users of such cars, right?
Yes.
Okay, if you say so. But these are part of the things that actually drives individual making a purchase. And also now for the categories of some, you can find out that some prefer to go for a brand new cars.
Okay.
Now we can mention names of all those types of cars, but choice holds on to individual. What I like you might not like. Some
That's
like power,
That's true.
some likes big engine, some likes a smaller engine, some likes crazy interior.
Okay.
It's about individual choice, but we all make this choice as a first time.
See, and I think that as much as some people would say owning a car is not an achievement, I think it's a status symbol because as much as it's a point of convenience, but at some point you know that a car is a status symbol depending on the car you're getting.
Well, if you say need and necessity, they has a kind of similarities, but the thing is, I think is a necessity. Now, for you that comes from a far distance, let's use a distance of Kubwa to town,
Yeah.
and you look at the cost in training yourself to your place of work. The need for mobility, right? And comfortable mobility. And let's now still look, maybe you have 4 or 3 siblings that still moves alongside with you having to go to town or you all work in town. Imagine you all convey yourself in that car.
Yeah.
It saves a lot of cost. At close of work, you all still convey yourself back home the same car. You've saved so many costs. So it has cut down some resources that could have been spent on it. But the question is, does it mean everybody has to buy a car? That's a good one.
So you don't think that everyone should buy a car, or are you just throwing the question?
I'm
to
throwing
us?
it to you to like, does it mean everybody has to buy a car?
I think I will come from a point of view that, like you said, that cars are a necessity. And for someone who doesn't have a car yet, I can totally relate to the inconvenience that comes with you not owning a car. But I think that the line should be drawn between when a car is a status symbol and when it's a necessity. Some people just buy the car not because they need it, but because they want to add like a feather to their cap.
Okay, like
Their cars are very luxurious.
like
It's not
having a
every
10
time.
10 cars in your yard.
You might have
and
10 cars, but they may not measure up to one car that is
Luxury
Yes,
car.
you know that
So
some
you're
of the
advising us
luxury.
to go for a luxury car that
No, no, no,
covers
no,
10
no. That's
cars.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when it has to do with measuring your place in the society,
Okay.
some people feel that the kind of cars they drive. Imagine I know that if someone is, for a worker like me, you come from a decent
The
class of the
Corolla fits
society.
you,
Yes, a
right?
Corolla could be decent
What
because
stops you driving a Lexus?
I'm
Like
not
an
there yet. I'm not there yet, and I don't think it's something that I'm denying. I'm just, that's why I'm trying to give an
So
instance,
for a
right?
first timer of yours now, you rather go for a Corolla as a startup
No, if I
plan
have the
for
money,
you, right?
if I have the money, right, and I'm supposed to buy my car for the first time, I'm definitely going to make a statement. And if I can afford even a Brabus, why not?
Why not go for a brand new one just to make that statement? You
That's,
know, in one to
it's not
ten
even
of
like whether it's
Nigeria,
brand
how
new
many
or not.
people drive a brand new car? A
Do you really want to
car?
shake this table now about how many people
I'm trying to
drive
challenge you to buy a
new
brand new
cars?
cars
Hey
for a
man,
first
I'm
timer.
claiming it. I'm claiming it. It seems like you are manifesting into my life.
Don't
So
worry,
I'm
just
going to
visit
own
us
a
at
car.
Skywise. You could own a one.
All right, thank you so much. Now let's go back to the conversation. Can you like recommend some budget-friendly cars that are great for first-time buyers?
Well, budget-friendly cars has categories. For some, a Toyota could help save cost of fuel. For some, a Honda could save cost also.
But some people say Honda they drink fuel like, oh,
That's why there are classes, like there are
different of Honda.
yeah,
Okay.
models within the Honda
Oh.
circles.
So which is that one that takes a lot, consumes a lot of fuel?
Well, for some, the starter DC discussion continues might be the best options for them.
Okay, that
A
one is
Civic,
economical.
yes, a Civic could still do a good job for them. But you know, sometimes if engines or something is tampered,
Oh,
something can
if
make
it's not a new car, then
yeah, something can make a new car or a good brand or a good categories of car become a bad one.
that's true.
Just the same way everybody likes a Corolla, Uber Corolla, Uber Corolla. You find out that some Uber Corolla gives a lot headache. So how do you differentiate it? So it has to do with individual perspective about a particular car and how best is being managed.
Okay.
So go for a brand new one, I suggest. But if you don't have the money, you can actually still go for a lesser one.
Just go for a brand new
And
one.
if you don't have that money category, you bounce to Nigerian used cars and you start feeling it.
But honestly, even the used ones now, the prices are off the roof. How much more the ones that are new?
Well, that's why we're saying you said buy according to what you
your
can afford.
pocket, yeah.
So in those categories, I'm sure some are ready to go for the brand new one because I sell brand new ones.
Okay, now let's talk about the reliable car brands. I know you've talked about them generally, but if we can be more categorical, what are the most reliable car brands that you would recommend?
Well, for brand identity, you know, I can say a blue pen is very effective than the red pen. Some
Okay.
officers make do of a red pen often than blue pen, but the fact is that the pens work. So for all the cars, they are all effective, irrespective of the brand, and they all have their categories. But I tell you, the one we frequently use that we do see often is the Toyota class of cars, which
Okay.
has been proven beyond doubt over a period of time. And recently, you find out that some class of Ford cars too are coming into the market to still give us a head that they can still be fuel efficiency. And also, we still have those new brand new cars, Cherry, the likes of Mecanos, Geelys and all that coming into the market, still on the full efficiency.
Okay.
So with all of this, if we keep mentioning all the names, people will still have their own particular brand they fall into. But for this brand they fall into, they still have full efficiency cars that can serve a particular categories of individuals.
Okay, fuel efficiency very important, especially now that fuel price is out of the roof.
But have you looked at the maintenance culture?
yeah, it's
not
not
just
just buying
about
the car,
fuel,
yeah.
not just using the car for the next 2-3 months, and you cannot manage it.
Okay.
Management of what you buy too is very important.
All right. So now, just taking out a few minutes to tell us what are some of those common mistakes that first-time car buyers make, and what can they do to avoid these mistakes?
Mistakes first time buyers make not checking the document properly.
Okay.
Also, their inability to make the right choice in the first instance. Oh, they're so excited and carried away with what
Yeah.
they see now. So, in summary of it, is just ensure you check your documentations right, and if possible, do a computer check on the particular car to ensure the engines and catalytics and all parts in the car are appropriately.
Okay, I think you've said something that is really apt, and anyone listening to us at this time would understand that you have to be focused on the content of what you're trying to get, not what you are seeing. No matter how excited you are trying to get your first car, please don't get carried away. Check the documents, like he has said, and then the components of the vehicle. Check it, especially if it's a used car. You should be able to check the components, and then the maintenance that you mentioned about the fact that some people just go for the outside of the car. They don't really mind.
Check the engine, how best to manage.
They don't
If
look at that.
unforeseen circumstances happen, how best do I manage to go?
You recommend if they should know one or two things to touch about vehicles. Imagine being stuck somewhere and then you don't know what to touch. You don't even know
When you
where.
buy your makeup kit, how do you learn how to use them?
Okay, so you have to practice, right? You don't need to know how to.
Constant checks and balance. Google tool would help you out.
Okay, so you
AI
don't
will
need.
help
There
you
are no
out.
basics that you need to know before you buy a car.
Basic is to check the engine.
Okay.
If there are check engine lights on your dashboard, it's recommended you actually visit the mechanic or call the mechanic to help you run a check on it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwaseun Odidi, for coming. We appreciate you, and I'm hoping that you will continue to have these conversations with us on not just cars, but how people can buy them and also be happy with them, because some people are not happy with their cars at all. They are in and out the mechanic
they
shop.
could visit our service center so that we can help out
All
put
right.
their car in order.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank you
coming.
for having me,
All
and
right.
thank you for seeing or meeting you for the first time on air as a first-time car buyers.
I'm hoping that you will come again and again and again. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwaseun.
You're welcome.
All right, dear listener, there you have it. Now that you've heard the conversation, try to do the right thing. Don't just get carried away by the exterior of the car or the interior. Try to see how reliable that car is going to be. It's not just about the style, it's also about the budget and also being able to maintain the vehicle. I am Cassandra Unime, and you've been listening to Top Gear. Remember to join us again, same time, same station. Bye for now, and enjoy the rest of the moments as we will be bringing you paid services shortly. Please stay with us.
Can we play another song?
The good tunes just don't